Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today, October 19th. Yeah. Sorry about not getting the video up yesterday. I was recovering from the sinus cold I had all weekend. And no, you're not seeing things. This is courtesy of my black cherry Slurpee, which was desperately needed today. Because I have a new accessory. I did this to myself at work 3 weeks ago. Didn't tell anybody because I thought it was just a muscle pull or something. No, it's a tendonitis sprain that today got so bad I went to the ER. I lasted an hour at work. Went to the ER, was there for an hour and a half. They gave me this. They gave me a doctor's note that would have cost me $100. Because it was going to be covered by workers' comp, and luckily the ER doctor said, I'm not charging you, and I was like, oh, thank God. So then I have to go back to work with the note and then get grilled for not telling anybody, which I had my reasons, because I've been physically and verbally assaulted on the job and complained and nothing was done, so, but we did the forms. I took them to my doctor to get filled, only to find out I have to make an appointment 2 weeks from now to get them done. And I went, oh, okay. Went back to my work, explained the situation, and we were like, I said, I go, I don't know why it takes like 2 weeks. And then I asked him, well, I've been seeing a doctor at the clinic. Can I just go get the forms and take it to him? And he said yes. And I go, and I'll bring them right back. He's like, no, take your time. I go, no, I want this done. I want them done and over with, because when I get home, I'm not leaving my house till tomorrow morning for my bank appointment. So I go get the forms, take them to the clinic next door that I've been going to. $75 later, yeah, I got charged $75 to have them filled out. But I had it done in 5 minutes, took them back to work, took the receipt back to work, and got my money back. And I am going to be on light duties for the next week. With this, the only time I can take it off is when I am in the shower and when I'm sleeping. But that's not why you're here. But I needed to get the fuck off my chest, because I left work at 7 a.m. I only got home at noon. I hadn't gotten home at all. So that's why the cherry Slurpee was needed. It's good, but I'm gonna have black tongue and teeth for a while. But I will show off everything I've watched from last Tuesday up until Monday night. I won't show off what I've watched yesterday, which I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't feeling up to it, wasn't feeling good. I only watched 3 movies. I haven't even started one today. I just don't know what I want to watch. Okay, so now we will get started. So for October 11th, number 102 was Friday 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. So I want to try doing it with this on. And then number 103, I watched 2018's Halloween. And then for 204, I watched Ghostbusters 2. So for October 12th, I watched episode 6 of the 101 scariest horror movie moments of all time, which was a first time viewing. Nah. Half of them I disagree with. Some of them should be lower, and the ones that were higher up should be lower. I'll probably watch that when I'm done. I haven't finished. Yeah, I got black teeth. Get over it, kid. Probably watch that when I'm done this. And number 106, I watched Halloween Kills, the extended cut. Then for 107, I watched Jason Goes to Hell, the Final Friday. I love this one. I don't care what anybody says. I've loved it for the last 29 years. And then number 108 was a first time viewing. Finally got one that I had owned. And I actually really enjoyed this and gave it a 7.5 out of 10. And that is The Fourth Kind. I could see why people were kind of freaked out by it. But overall, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie. And then 109, I watched Creepshow. Just turn the page over. Every time I say that, I should start playing Metallica's Metallica's Turn the Page. Fuck my life. Okay, I watched this on October 13th, and then the next day, one of the actors in it passed away. Number 110, From Hell, and our beloved Hagrid. Robbie Coltrane was in this movie. I've done that a couple times where I've watched a movie and the next day the person dies. I was so upset. And then Ted White passed away, the guy who played Jason in Friday the 13th Part 4. So yeah, From Hell. Number 111, I watched Jaws, my 9th favorite film of all time. Number 102, I had to take the car in to get, it's like 6-month tune-up, whatever. And I brought my iPad because I don't want to wander around and shit anymore. I'm too old for that. So I watched the first episode of the 2020 BBC Dracula. And by the time I was almost finished that episode, the car was finished, so yay! Then came home and watched The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. And then went back out to Abbotsford to go see this movie, which has been very divided among people. Halloween Ends. 6 out of 10 for me. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there was a certain moment where there was a fight in the sewer, and I literally was thinking, what the fuck is this bullshit? But while I say that, don't diss people who love the movie. Like telling my friend Nick over at the Lost River Drive-In to go kill himself because he loved the movie. I mean, fucking really, it's a goddamn movie. Get your head out of your ass and I actually go blow yourself for all I care. Yeah, I mean, that's fucking ridiculous. You either hate it or you love it or you're like me and you're in between. But don't diss people who like a movie and you don't, so piss off. Moving on. So, October 14th, 1:15, I watched the original Fright Night. And then 1:16, I watched Jason X, another one I love. 20 years ago since I saw it in the theater. I still love it to this day. 1:17 was It Chapter 2. And actually, I didn't bring it out because I saw it in the theater, but I can grab it really quick. Where are you? There you are. Friday night, I went to the theater to watch Poltergeist. Now, if some of you follow me on Instagram, you know what happened here. I had a screaming match, which I won, with 6 teenage twats who decided to talk and play on their phones the whole movie. They were told numerous times by other people to shut the hell up. And they said, oh, what you gonna do? And I'm like, you're gonna wake up the motherfucking bear who's gonna scare the absolute shit out of you. I walk over and they were like, oh, here comes another one. And I screamed bloody fucking murder into their faces, saying either shut the fuck up or get off your fucking asses and leave. And then I said, I didn't pay my hard-earned money to listen to a bunch of nobodies talk. So, in other words, get the fuck out. And they left. And I found out from somebody else in the movie theater they were going to go to complain about me. He followed them, and when they did complain, he said to the person, oh, no, they were talking the whole movie. We were telling them to shut up and be quiet. This person had enough and literally screamed at them. So, and then they left. So, but I found out from this gentleman. He said, thank you very much. I go, well, I know I was leaving it up to you guys, and you guys tried. The one who doesn't take this bullshit anymore, I'll stop it. So, other than that, it was a great movie to watch in the theater finally. So, and I'll be going back to the theater in a couple weeks to see another one. So, this movie's just, this video is just about rants. Oh, Jesus. So, October 15th, I watched The Lost Boys. Classic. I'm gonna get laughed at for this, but like I said, I try to watch kid-friendly horror movies because, you know, I grew up on Casper. I grew up on Watcher in the Woods and The Monster Squad. Well, debatable on that one. And number 120, I watched Happy Halloween Scooby-Doo. I did like this, 7 out of 10. You had Elvira, you had Bill Nye, and you had Matthew Lillard voicing Shaggy. So, yeah, I did enjoy the hell out of this one. So, number 21, Freddy vs. Jason. And 122 was another first-time viewing. I watched the first Waxwork, which was a 7 out of 10, and a lot of people were like, "You haven't seen it?" I go, "I know, I'm nuts." But thanks to the In Search of Darkness 2, I think it is, it made me want to finally get off my ass and watch it. And I did order In Search of Darkness 3. And I'm gonna get... I spent $250, let's put it that way. I'm getting part 3, part 2, part 1. I'm getting them all, dude. 123 was the original Fog. I usually watch this at the beginning of October, but like I said, I'm trying to change it up. Don't automatically go for stuff that I usually do on October 1st. But, yay! Finally watched it. I say finally. Hello. And then 124, the original Night of the Demons. Okay. Taking a little slip out. October 16th, I watched the 2009 remake of Friday the 13th, and another series that is finished in the marathon. Didn't count it because it's a TV show. I watched episode 2 of the BBC Dracula on Netflix. And then 126, I watched the original Pet Sematary. I stated on Horrormino, and I stand by it. I think this is my favorite Stephen King horror adaptation. 127, first time viewing, and that is Troll Hunter. 6.5 out of 10. But I did enjoy the concept. Whoever thought a found footage movie with trolls? But there was some stuff that made it a little bit too slow, and maybe shave off about 15-20 minutes. But yeah, I don't know if I'll pick it up in the future. Is it a 6.5 out of 10? I'm not 100% sure. And then ended that night, 128 from the Paul Naschy Collection 2, watched The Werewolf and the Yeti. Wish I could find more of his movies. I have part 2, part 1, Fury of the Werewolf, and Count Dracula's Great Love. I want to find more of his movies. So for Monday, I called in sick because of the sinus cold. I watched for 129 An American Werewolf in London. And for 130, I watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I have feelings. 131. Was this the movie they would not put in theaters because they said it was too, quote-unquote, scary? What the fuck were they smoking? Dash cam. I was looking forward to this. It sucked balls. 2 out of 10. Wasn't scary. The main character, her, was annoying as fuck. I was like, is this twat ever gonna die? Did have some good jump scares, but that wasn't enough to save it. But oh my god, what a fucking letdown. Pond piling. So after that, as you know, if I watch a terrible movie, I have to go back to a classic. It's not a classic yet, but it's getting there. And number 132 was The Autopsy of Jane Doe. It's up there with The Conjuring as one of the best horror films of the last decade. The 2010 decade. And then I ended Monday night with The Burbs. Whew, okay, video over. Nope. So that's all that I've watched. The biggest disappointment, of course, is Dashcam. Was there any other? I don't know. I think out of the other first-time viewings, I'd have to say that Happy Halloween Scooby-Doo was my favorite. So I got to get on the ball and watch more. Like, I'm renting Malignant and X from the library. I got to get on the ball and watch that. But I got so many blind buys I want to watch. So, like, I am going back to work next week, but I'm on very light duties. Like, yesterday, I lifted up 2 bags of chips. You know, they're that big and that full. and this got inflamed, so it just hurt like a motherfucker. So I won't be lifting anything. I will just be facing and cleaning and doing the signs, which means it's boring as fuck. But the other option was stay home, and I can't do that because I've missed so much time over this injury already. So, but Halloween weekend, sort of, because it's a Monday. I have that whole week off because I don't like working on Halloween or the day after because I get drunk. I'm trying to. I can't get drunk, but I drink. And then November 4th is my birthday, and even though it's a Friday, I'm not available that day. I refuse to work it. So I have that week off. I am allowed to take 5 to 6 weeks off a year. I only take 3 weeks off, so. But, so hopefully in the next couple of days, and if my dad is working this Saturday, overtime at his job, I will stay up all Friday night and watch Blind Buys. I hope. So yeah, guys, so let me know what you think of these titles, which ones you like, which ones you don't like. You know my feelings on dash cam. That's going in the fucking pawn pile. So hopefully I'll be feeling up to snuff next week and have this video up on the Tuesday. It's making my tongue black, but I don't care. It tastes good. So yeah, guys, sorry about all the ranting, but I mean, that's fucking life, isn't it? So until my next video, guys, I hope you all have a great day. Watch a shitload of horror movies. I'm changing it up a little bit. And like always, like, comment, please subscribe, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye, guys.